Buy him back.
As they say around here, keep Austin weird. They're going to keep it electric today inside Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, home to the Longhorns. And
Come
boy, do
here.
we have a fun one
Come
ahead.
here.
Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the #3 team in the country,
That's
the
what these still out trying to draw you
Wolverines,
up.
taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the
I
Texas
see.
Longhorns. Glad to have you with us
Huh?
on EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese
Yeah,
Davis.
that finishes
Big
college
Paul
game.
and Jesse Paul with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up.
Hmm?
And the Wolverines will kick it away to start us off. Bringing it out. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Kramer. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop. Hookem is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Yeah, finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you've got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
And that is a tough assignment for a defense to cover a back man-to-man who can get downfield like that.
Especially when he can run routes the way he does, Reese. I'm really impressed watching this running back with how he's able to cut and how he doesn't telegraph where he's going. He is a weapon catching the ball out of the backfield.
3rd and short now from their own 48. They'll try to get the first through the air. Gets it out quickly. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
From the gun, give on the inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Across the 25, he's got room. And after the huge scramble, he slides and gets down. Terrific run to get out of trouble.
This guy just gives you. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Pressure coming. They won't let him in. He had a nose for that end zone, but he will be stopped short.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You can tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
Hand off to the fullback.
And we're seeing a bit of the bend-don't-break attitude by the defense now. Obviously, they've given up some plays to allow the offense to get down in the situation. But with their backs against the wall, this is the best we've seen this defense play. They are having none of this running game down on the goal line.
Third and goal for the offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Flips it out in the flat. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Texas! They're bellowing out Texas fight right now as the horns are ready after that touchdown drive.
And what a great way to start. Get the crowd jacked up. When you do something good like this early, that burnt orange is going absolutely bananas in the stands. And the rest of the game, the defense, the special teams, everybody feeds off their great energy.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. To the air on first down. They're working that left side. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. And they've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
One play in this drive and already out to the 41. It's first down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football and let him get lathered up.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Makes his connection. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a first down.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
The Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. He's looking to throw it, trying to get to it. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats and he's shuffling and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but hey, batting it away, it's a big time play.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. He's going to take off. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Texas 7, Michigan 0.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Tackle on the play at the 10-yard line. It's third down.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
I tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting up fourth.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking to throw on second down. Zings it complete to the right. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field. And the DB just can't stay with them because of his speed. And as a result, they give up a big one.
Ball is at the 35. It's first and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Caught in the backfield, it's Kramer. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
wants to fire on second down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before they'll recycle that down marker. The Longhorns have their offense in high gear. They'll run it out of the shotgun. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Trying play action. Feeling some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Third down play from the gun. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And this offense stays aggressive, and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. He'll take a shot. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution.
Got a lot of running room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. This is a designed run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult for him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverine.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Quarterback extends the play. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. He's got it. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Kramer. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no 1st down.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He'll take another shot here. And it's picked off at the goal line.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His 1st interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Running to the left. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Might as well stick with him. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Longhorns will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a 1st down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerbach, or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Greasy, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
He'll pull it down and run. At midfield, he's got room. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Comes out throwing on first down. The quick out. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Trying to find his man on first down. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball is going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
They'll throw it on first down. Going up top. And it's caught inside the 30. Oh, look out. There he goes. Touchdown, Longhorns. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
And, man, what a game-changing type play. The offense throwing the football deep in their own end, and they're probably thinking to themselves, hey, let's just get some more space. Let's try to get a first down and give ourselves room to work with. What an individual effort by the receiver after he had the ball in his hand, taking it all the way, coast to coast on that touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Arizona is up big right now, and what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll remember in Tucson for some time. They're up by 18 over Nebraska. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Makes the grab. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Looking to move it through the air. Getting some heat. Looking to scramble.
Defense is all about creating negative plays. And he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
And now on second down for this offense. Hand off from the shotgun. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Using his feet to buy time. It's complete. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Fires to the middle. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Headed to the end zone. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. This drive facing a little adversity now. A 10-yard loss leaves him with 2nd and 20. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
That is just textbook execution by the receiver on a corner route for that first down. Also, a great find by the quarterback.
On the move. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Works the middle of the field. Touchdown, Michigan! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. He'll call for the fair catch here. First down to start the drive after the break. Leaves it with the back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for a big play downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
He'll pull it down. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
He wants to throw it again. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
The back goes in motion. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
That's why, as a defense, it's so important to win early downs. You win 1st and 2nd down, you set up 3rd and long. Now you can pin your ears back and get after the QB.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Quarterback checking the play. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He's got his man. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
On the flag. 3rd down.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Kept it, he's past the marker. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the 1st down.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausted.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wide out in motion. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? And you can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. He'll start this drive firing. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. That first down was rather unproductive. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 16. Quarterback will audible. On second down, he'll let it fly. Quick completion on the out route. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route. And this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Here's a throw downfield late. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's fourth and long. Like, it's one thing if it's fourth and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Coming after him. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
Wants to throw on first down. They're bringing heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Michigan.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Texas.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. He'll try to do it himself. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Running back goes in motion. Going up top on first down. He wants a big play here late. And he's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Texas! And once he got loose, it was all over.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. And as we get later in this game, Jesse, you want to keep moving the ball, being aggressive, but don't turn the thing over.
So how about getting the running?
And he makes the catch at the 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Well, these players came together. I've been so impressed, not just by the talent, but also by their composure. Handling this kind of environment in the first game of the season, this says a lot about the leadership in that locker room.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Texas offense. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Snags it over the middle. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They'll throw it on first down. He's taking a deep shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
A deep throw as the clock winds down. And they can't quite hook up, trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Finds his tight end. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
Looking to the big tight end. And the senior would love to have that one back. Just a little too much on the pass.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching